Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm not gonna keep y'all too late this morning. I'm not gonna keep y'all too late. I just want to talk about some things before I get my daughter for school that I have to clear the record on. I have to clear the record on. Good morning, everybody. I'm gonna let y'all get in here. Let me turn off the TV. Let me turn the TV down. So let y'all get in here. Oh, I got some people woke this morning. I see everybody getting up, getting ready, getting them kids together, getting themselves together for work. It's a beautiful thing. It's Tuesday. It's been change of events in the last 48 hours. First of all, I most definitely want to say um, thank you, thank you, thank you to the Bruce family. Um, Thank you, Mr. Khalid. Thank you, Winter PX. Um, I just want to first of all apologize to Winter PX because I was battling. I was battling with Winter PX, but the thing was, it wasn't a bad battle. It was certain things she would comment in a section, it would disappear, I would miss things. So certain things wasn't adding up, but I always knew she was part of that family because the things that Winter PX brought to the pipeline, she couldn't have been no stranger. Her information was too head on for her to be just an outsider. So I was questioning, like, what side is she on? Is she on the father, on Courtney's father's side, the mother's side? Like, I was confused with it. And then she did drop the information on the car. That she did do. But it disappeared in the comment section and I didn't catch it. So as I kept calling her out, Winter PX, come confirm it. It wasn't that she didn't confirm it. She did. I just missed it. I missed it. Even with the car. Even with the car, I missed it. So I do want to apologize to Winter PX because she is very credible. Very credible. Her and Mr. Khalid, they are first cousins. So it ain't no questions with Winter PX. None. So I do want to apologize to her, first of all, because I needed things and she came to my defense. Everything I was missing, she cleared it up. She like, no, wait a minute, that didn't happen. I'm like, what did happen? Then what happened with the car? So I want to tell y'all that my biggest mishap was with Winter PX was about Mr. Lockhart ride to the hospital, right? So I was under the assumption from what I saw before the comment disappeared that Winter PX said that Mr. Lockhart stayed with Boog. That didn't happen. Mr. Lockhart did not stay with Courtney at the hospital. Let me repeat that. And this just didn't come from Winter PX. This also came from her brother, Khalid, her biological brother. Mr. Lockhart did not stay with Courtney at the hospital. He did drop her off. So just like the media told us from the beginning, right? Just like the media said from the beginning, she was dropped off at the hospital. She was. She was. And who else can confirm that besides the media outlet, besides her blood relatives? Her blood brother and her cousin. He didn't stay with her. Mr. Lockhart didn't stay with Courtney. So it's some information and some things that we gonna talk about Friday on Untold Truth. Untold Truth Part 2, Friday at 6:30 p.m. Y'all ain't gonna wanna miss this. Y'all ain't gonna wanna miss this one. In the last 48 hours, there's a lot of change of events that just happened. First of all, I have to address MJ. I gotta address MJ. It's three people we gonna talk about Friday. We gonna talk about MJ, we gonna talk about KB, and we have to talk about Mr. Lockhart's role. We gotta talk about those things because it's these three people that I believe the majority of the masses is still having problems with their stories and their actions throughout this whole thing. since the first day it happened. We got to talk about these things. Soon as I did my other live, hold on, y'all. Let me drink coffee because y'all know it's early. Y'all know I love my coffee. Let me drink my coffee because it's a lot to fathom. It's a lot to fathom. And then we had already knew a lot of these things, a lot of these holes in these stories that we couldn't put together. It all makes sense. Thank you, Winner PX. Thank you, Mr. Khalid. Because now everything that I was questioning, they most definitely came and put the stamp of approval on it. Shout out to the Bruce family this morning. So when I do the last video, right, when I first told y'all, I posted Boog's real brother responds. Soon MJ ass seen that Khalid was on the goddamn live and he comment in that section, she went MIA. I didn't even know it. Soon as I hung up the live, it wasn't even 10 minutes later, the pipeline, shout out to the pipeline, man. Shout out to y'all. I love my pipeline, man. Shout out to y'all. It wasn't even 10 minutes later after that live ended, everybody emailed me, said, MJ disappeared off Instagram. She deleted her whole Instagram. All the emails came in. It wasn't even 10 minutes. I'm like, what the hell just happened in 10 minutes? So I'm thinking like, okay, well, maybe Khalid came on the live after it ended or when I was about to end the video. Because I'm like, what is all these notifications from the pipeline talking about? Not even 10 minutes later after that live ended. MJ has completely disappeared off of Instagram when she knew that Khalid was coming to the pipeline. I think that's very suspicious. It's a lot of things about this young lady that I feel is very suspicious. So when I hear, like, I never understood how a person can't like a person and they never met them before. Have y'all ever been through that before when somebody be like, when they be like, oh, I don't like you, or I don't like that person. For the first time in my life, I could understand why people don't like people who they never met before. Just like some people come over here. Some of them don't always like me or my content, but some about my content, they keep running back over here. Some about that little girl, MJ, do not rub me right. It don't rub me right with her. I don't know if she played a part in this or why. I don't know if she's been questioning or not. But if you look at this young lady's actions, from the time her and Courtney was together up until Courtney's demise, it's a lot of things about this young lady that ain't making sense with her. It is not. She's too involved. Her name and her is too involved in too many parts of this story. If you don't know more than what you're saying, or you possibly could play a part. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to put no jacket on that young lady. I'm here to talk about the goddamn truth. Everybody with this young lady feels some kind of way or knows something or she knows something. And then when Mr. Khalid come on the pipeline, why would you delete your Instagram? Why? Just like the stud girl who was in Miami at the Miami Sweet Heat, the young lady, as soon as Courtney passed away, she deleted everything and disappeared and then came back and I hunted her down. But she had nothing to do with it, but a person who emailed me saying it was a possibility that young girl could have played a part, because when they asked her, the stud girl, see, that's the part I be wondering about with this stud girl. Was that the girl they was talking about? But when I talked to her, you know what I'm saying? It don't seem like the young lady didn't even live in Columbus. From what I found out, is just her and Boog was really good friends, and that's pretty much what it was. But the person who emailed me that information, shout out to you, because like you said, you didn't know if it was a fact, but you said you found it very coincidental that the girl was in Miami around the same time MJ was in Miami. And when you questioned the girl about Courtney, the girl just disappeared and deleted all her social media too, but then came back up with her OnlyFans. That's how I was able to get in touch with the girl, through her OnlyFans, because the pipeline sent me the information to the young lady. So shout out to y'all. But it's still things that just don't add up with MJ. We got to talk about that Friday. We're going to talk about it in the Untold Truth. Don't worry about it. KB. Let's talk about Mr. KB this morning, right? What would make KB, and actually, hold on, before I even get on KB, let me go back to MJ real quick. Boog was the best thing that ever happened to that girl. Best thing that ever happened to her. What happened where MJ became so scorned and so angry? It seemed like the girl was trying to take Boog down or take everything from her if she could. It seemed like this MJ girl is very angry and very scorned. Why? Is it because she felt like she knew she was about to get left behind? Because Courtney was tired of her shit, just like Mr. Let me tell y'all something. Nobody has came for Mr. Kyson's defense. Nobody has came for Mr. Williams' defense. And these are their family and friends who reached out to me and said they've been on bullshit. We been getting tired of them. Nobody came to them boys' defense. Like, that's why I called them the little dirty dudes. They families been tired of they shit. Now, Mr. McIntyre is in the same goddamn boat. Same goddamn boat. So to me, that part just ain't adding up right with the MJ whole situation. Now we're going to talk about KB, the alleged old best friend. What made KB, right? This is it's not weird to me, but this shit happens every day in the real world, in real life. It be your best friends. And that's why I tell y'all, quit telling y'all business. Quit telling y'all business to the people that's sitting around you. Everybody ain't got to know everything you doing. They don't. Because what happened with KB where he felt like it was cool to team up with the scoring X and pull all this bullshit? What made KB cross Courtney? What made him cross her out to I'ma go to the funeral? And remind you, KB is our old best friend. So he knows Miss Wanda. He knows Khalid. He knows her family. So what would make you possibly? Why are you so angry, Mr. KB? What would make you possibly go to the funeral with the scorned ex? Y'all get kicked out the funeral. You go and just as disrespectful as MJ, right? What goddamn sense does that make, KB? What went through this young man's head where he felt like it was okay to go to the funeral, get kicked out, and then not only that, you go with the scorn ex, KB, to Miss Wanda's house and steal Courtney's goddamn jewelry, and you as the old best friend. I'm quite sure her family took you in just like family as well. So what make you possibly team up with the ex and go pull all this bullshit? Not only just the funeral, but goes to Miss Wanda's house and steal. And y'all tag team this plan to go in this lady's house who just lost her daughter and pull this shit on top of the family grieving and going through loss. If that ain't the most disrespect behind MJ and KB that I have ever heard of in my life, this shit is goddamn crazy. Who goes to their goddamn ex's mama house after they pass and pull a fucking robbery? Did KB have something to do with this whole shit on Dork Place? Did MJ have something to do with this on Dork Place? What is the reason why this girl is chasing these goddamn chains down like that? If you didn't have a motive in something, why would KB link up with the ex to pull all this disrespectful ass shit if he didn't have nothing to do with it? It gotta make sense. We gotta make it make sense because this is what's going on. This ain't no allegedly. This ain't no a thought. This is a fact. This information is a fact. Just like I just found out Mr. Lockhart did not stay with Courtney at the hospital. That is a fact now, people. That is a fact. Because at first when I started covering it, right, I always felt like that's weird. He didn't get shot. He didn't stay with her at the hospital. But Pipeline came at me like I was tripping because y'all was like, well, what if he dropped something? You don't know if he had warrant. People got warrants and stuff. It ain't no reason. And y'all remember this because y'all been following me this whole story. Y'all remember everything I'm talking about. People like, why you feel like people ain't got warrants? Maybe he left and came back and this and that. I said, I ain't got no proof. We ain't got no proof. But then when Winter PX came over, I thought she said that he stayed with her and the nurse pointed Cameron out. So it's like, come on, man. Now we got the facts. That's why I said we're going to talk about it on the Untold Truth. We're going to talk about it on the Untold Truth Friday at 6:30 p.m. Now, the car situation. Let's talk about this car situation, because y'all know I've been trying to get down to this car and what happened with Courtney's car after Mr. Lockhart left the hospital, right? So after Mr. Lockhart, I guess, left the hospital, he went and I guess moved the car to an apartment complex. That was the whole discrepancy with the car thing. Because I'm like, what happened with the car? What did he do with the car? So allegedly, you know what I'm saying? He moved the car to these apartment complexes. And I remember Winter PX coming on the live and saying that and about the tow and everything else. But about time I really zoomed in on the comment, it had disappeared. Because y'all know, let me tell y'all something if y'all don't know. When we on live and y'all comment, the comments only last for about 3 to 5 seconds before they disappear. So if I got a lot of people commenting at one time, I try to catch all of them, but sometimes I miss them because I have to talk and I can't read and talk at the same time. Sometimes I can. It just depends on how fast I'm getting flooded with comments because I like to address everybody comments. And I apologize to the people who comment and I have missed them in the past. But that's why, because the comments only last for a few seconds and it disappear until somebody else comment and it light back up and I can catch it. So that's what that was. So we have to talk about these things Friday. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but I have to give y'all a overview on the things that will be discussed Friday. Because I got to make it make sense to y'all, which y'all already knew probably a big percentage of, because a lot of people say, oh, well, MJ lined her up. Y'all say Mr. Lockhart lined her up. It is, to me, it is people in this story that played a bigger part than what we may know. For instance, let's talk about Mr. KB. Where did he come from? Where did he come from? Shout out to the pipeline. Shout out to the pipeline. Shout out to Winter PX, because KB was never in this story until I got the receipts. I got the receipts that he played a part. Who else can I get the receipts from besides her blood relatives? Besides her blood relatives. This is still an investigation, people. And like I told y'all, just because people ain't in jail now don't mean they may not go down the line. That don't mean they may not go down the line. So I'm not going to hold y'all this morning. I had to come. I want to thank the Bruce family this morning, and I also wanted to apologize to Winter PX because I need y'all to know she's very credible. She's very credible. Everything she brought to the pipeline was nothing but truth and facts. It was me who missed a few comments and couldn't put the information together. So then when I ran with what I thought she said, she had to come back and say, no, that's not what I said. I said it like this. And I got to respect that. I gotta respect that, because she didn't even have to come over here and tell us nothing that she told us. When Winter PX came over here, she dropped us so many gems. She had my mouth on the floor. I'm like, what? She was like, yeah. I'm like, nah. She like, I'm telling you, I know. That's my cousin. I know. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. How many times did she get shot? And Mr. Khalib and Winter PX did verify that Courtney was shot 3 times, people. So now it is she was shot once, she was shot twice. It is confirmed that Courtney was shot 3 times. Thank y'all for coming to the live this morning. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button on your way out of here. And I will see y'all Friday at 6:30. You don't want to miss it. Till next time.